All right, here we go. All right, we're gonna use the Edelgard team that I was speaking about earlier, or I think in the other video. I don't know, but you heard about it. I originally had Summer Edelgard on this team instead of Felix because I thought Summer Edelgard was a bonus unit, but apparently she's only version 6. To my surprise, I thought she would have been version 7, but I don't know. I guess I was wrong. So here's Felix instead. I wanted to try out the Armored Blaze build that I put on Summer Edelgard. It's one less action, but it does help out her survivability. She dies to a ton of things these days, and the only other thing that she's kind of missing would be like Hexblade. She'd probably need that as well just to like break through some blue units that have too much bulk for her to get through. Hexblade and probably DR halving, if not just full DR piercing, but I don't think she's I don't well I'd have to bring a layer somehow, and that wouldn't really fit into this team composition. Ather is here to Baby Golveg is here to shut down whatever I need to shut down, and then Tana is here because she's bonus, which to my surprise I thought she came out in the same year as Summer Edelgard, so because they like work hand in hand together. So I was really surprised that Tana was version. Well, then again, that was the year that we actually started getting the rearmed units, so it makes sense, I guess. But yeah, sometimes you lose track of these things. I need to break this tactics room so that Tana can go up there, but I don't have a plan just yet. On our way. Yeah, I think I need a second to think about that, but man, that loss was unfortunate. I played it a little bit too slow. Well, not even a little bit. I played it really slow. I really should have broken those structures and allowed Sigurd to come down a lot earlier. Storm would have still been in the back, taking her time because she's a one movement armored unit, which I'm actually thinking they might like just power creep that archetype altogether and just start giving charge to like in armored weapons. I feel like they might actually start just doing that at some point because, I mean, why not? Why are we still... Come along. Units have 5 movement now. Like, why do armors still only have 1? Why is it only Edelgard that gets to zoom across the map? Let other armored units be able to do that too. I think we're probably going to get at least 1 armored unit from Engage that can move multiple spaces. We've been getting a lot of units lately that have, especially from Engage, that have mimic skills or effects that are on other units. I'm thinking about Fagado in specific for right now in comparison to him and Lucia, where that mechanic was kind of tied to Lucia specifically, but since Engage is the latest game, they have to put out stuff onto the Engage units to make them good. It's not always going to be all brand new skills, and I like it. It's good, which is why I definitely think that there's going to be an armored unit from Engage that will have that extra movement. If not a harmonic duo or something, then just a regular armored unit, maybe like Jade or something. Boucheron, if they want to go crazy with it. But yeah, this team is really fun. It really takes advantage of the fact that there's only 6 units on defense for Chaos Season, and I have 3 actions with Edelgard and 2 with Felix, so that's 5 units on. And then all I need to do is shut down the last one with Baby Golveg. GG's, it's all done from there. And then pretty much you just get the last kill with Tana here, and that's pretty much the map. It's pretty much how the team works. Pretty straightforward. Really works really well with the new Lucina, so that's that. Let's play one more. Okay, we're up against food here. We're gonna take a chomp out of this one. We're using the Edelgard team once more because it was actually kind of fun. That was like a 4-minute match, so this one should be somewhere around that region as well. Kind of crazy, like whenever I use Winter Edelgard, she pretty much just stomps through whatever team I'm putting her up against, Winter or Summer Edelgard. They really just demolish things, so it's good to have a team with them around. same play here. I just gotta make sure I get my alignment right here, my setup, and then we're gonna get going.
I see.
Not too much to be afraid of here. So we're just gonna dive right into it. Trap placements, no saves, fallen Maria, but then Edelgard neutralizes Miracle with her weapon, or is it her weapon? So that won't be a problem. And then Felix will outspeed
This is challenging.
Nuthvalier.
Right you are.
So the Miracle won't be a problem because it'll get the KO on the second hit. I actually kind of want a Nuthvalier for the drive. What's it? Hexblade. I'm actually leaning into just enjoying Hexblade a lot more these days. With
I'll handle it.
trying to find a way to get my older units to work.
All right.
And I've noticed that they're a lot better off when they're able to target when they have adaptive damage. They just do a ton more work, and that's kind of the direction that I'm heading into, to just get my older units to actually do something. So I wouldn't mind picking up a copy. I never actually pulled for him when his banner came out. I felt like he did indeed get shafted. He really should have gotten some type of perf skills. And the man's a king. I mean, unless you're going to put him on the legendary banner at some point, I mean, you kind of missed the mark there. But he should have gotten the perf skill.
Who's next?
Definitely. But yeah, I think I was saying something before.
On our way.
So I just
I will deliver.
2 minutes. I don't know if I'm gonna have enough time to talk about it. Maybe I'll share the story in the next. Well, let me see how much of it I can get through. So this is not PG. This is not PG at all. Okay. So apparently, the story that I wanted to share earlier. I was watching this thing, right? And this dude with his girlfriend, they're like in their 20s, early 20s. She's 19. So both of them go to a strip club for fun. I don't know. People are weird like that. People enjoy doing that, I guess. And the bouncer was like, she can't go in because she's 19 and we sell liquor. So she can't come in. So the dude is like, all right, well, fine, let's bounce. But then the bouncer was like, if she works here, then she can come in. And so he gave her a job application thing. She filled it out, decided to start working at the strip club that same day. So they both got into the strip club, and she immediately started stripping for other people, not her boyfriend. And he blew up. Like, he obviously got completely mad. Like, we're together, why would you do that? And
I will deliver.
he dragged her out of there, and they started leaving. So upon this happening, the employment of the establishment decided to call the cops because she took her money and left, which the employer was like, nah, that's my money, you can't take that. And then I don't know, I don't think I have enough time to finish the story. The match is over. I'll pick it up in the next video. If you want to hear more, look out for it then. GG's. See you in the next one. Alright, welcome to another day of Ether Rays. We're taking on Gutto. And we're going to use the same team, pretty much. It's been going pretty strong so far. So actually, it's just a ton of fun using it. That's really what it boils down to. Kind of interesting that we haven't gotten another unit that does what Tana does in quite a bit. Well, we have, but they haven't been the same archetype. I mean, also there was the dagger one, Igrin. The dagger Igrin that kind of did something similar, but a lot of people didn't pull on that banner. Well, I didn't pull for her personally, so there. I mean, that goes to show you how much I know. But yeah, kind of interesting that we haven't gotten another one similar to Rearm Tana, but I don't think we'll get another unit in this archetype anytime. But then again, Rearm Tana is kind of old, so maybe not. I'm not sure. But she's still really good for what she does. I imagine that she performs even better with Curve Shot at this point, since Unpierceable DR is the whole new thing that you kind of need to keep going these days in terms of like some of the matchups. It's interesting that bow units were the first to really get this. Well, I mean, aside from infantry, of course, because the units that really need it are the mages, because they have like really no way. I mean, Legoust Ren, of course, but the mages really, like, I'm thinking of like excluding Nurgle, because Nurgle is just a whole other monster to himself. And probably even Asker. Okay, it's probably Asker's fault. What I'm saying is that there needs to be some type of flat damage reduction special for mages, but then you think about Nurgle and Asker, you kind of probably don't want to deal with that. It'll just make them even more tanky than they already are, and they're already pretty tanky. So I can probably understand why they haven't forked that out yet, given us that yet for mage units. But here we are. We're gonna go and take care of the worst rearmed unit. They did Alfred really dirty, man.
Suggestions?
I don't know. They just really did him dirty.
Come along.
But in any case, well, he's kind of like the prototype for what Alphonse eventually became. But
right you are.
He's still really bad.
Who's next?
I don't know. Maybe you could swap out his weapon and he'll perform better. I don't know. We'll see in the future. But yeah, continuing the story from where I dropped off. Okay, so
you think
the girl went into the bar, the strip club, and context, I don't know. It's all the same video, so you don't need context if you're still watching at this point. He dragged her up out of there. Then she was picking up her ones because she was getting paid, because she's 19, she's young, she's hot. There are guys there in the middle of the day, so they're gonna throw money at her. Interestingly enough, she was not dancing with her boyfriend. She was dancing with everyone else. So that's what really got him pissed off, and he dragged her up out of there. So the owner called the cops because, of course, it's kind of like stealing at that point, because she technically did just sign on to work for them. So that money isn't 100% hers. Some of it is. Don't really understand how strippers get paid, but it is what it is. So cops called, pulled up on the kid and the girl, and she was kind of like all hysterical and stuff, but he was going crazy. He essentially punched the cop in the face, or attempted to, got punched in his face. So basically that's assaulting a police officer, and you just cannot do that in any country. That is just a big no-no. You don't assault cops. So immediately he is going to jail for however long they want to put him in jail. And when I say the dude lost it, I don't know what caused it, but just looking at what the situations were, it is like easy to just like evaluate or just draw the conclusion that seeing his girl dance on other dudes blew his mind, and he was just not ready for that. And he was fighting cops, he was punching cops, he was headbutting cops, he was just not in a good space. And yeah, man, that was craziest thing I've seen so far this year. But GG's, see you in the next one.